Hey, fellow creatives, I'm Autumn, and today we're going to be talking about why I chose not to pursue a career in art, and do I regret that decision? And just so you know, reason number four I think is really sad, but it's something that I think a lot of us struggle with as artists, and you might be struggling with the same thing, so I think it's really important to understand and talk about. Timestamps are in the description below, so let's get into it. So if you're anything like me, you really like to do art on the side and you're thinking, okay, could I quit my day job and become a professional artist and support myself that way? Would that be a smart decision for my family? Or maybe you're just about to graduate high school and you're thinking, I don't know what I want to do with my life, but I really like to create things. Could I be an artist? Is that even a viable option? Is that a logical thing to do? So, reason number one, I think a lot of us have this in our mind that artists don't make a lot of money. But is that really true? Like, we have this idea of the romanticized, did you hear my voice crack? The romanticized starving artist who lives in a studio apartment, has to do like other odd jobs to even make a living. And we're wondering, is that like the real thing? If I became an artist, would that be me? So let's look at the numbers. According to BLS.gov, the median salary for a fine artist, which includes sculptors, painters, and illustrators, is around $60,000 a year. So that's not wonderful. That's also not bad. But also at the same time, if we look at the middle 50% of artists and what those people make, the middle 50% of fine artists make between $37,000 and $96,000. That is a ginormous range. Why is that range so huge? From what I've heard from other people who have gone to art school, a lot of art schools don't actually teach you the business side of being a professional artist, which you think would be a no-brainer. Like, if I'm going to own my own business and be a professional, I need to learn business practices, which leads me to my second point. Another reason I didn't pursue an art degree is because art schools are very expensive and the culture can be toxic. If you're paying in-state tuition, you're going to pay around $36,000 a year. If you're out of state, which if you don't live like in the Northeast, you're probably going to be out of state. So if you're out of state, you're going to pay around $75,000 a year. It's even commonly discouraged among art schools to even be selling your art. So you get really good at technique and you can do so many things, but you don't actually have the tools you need to make money. You could be going hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt to be left with a degree that doesn't even teach you how to run your own business as an artist and discourages you from selling. So that's just not great, you know? Secondly, art school culture can be very toxic. So it can be very competitive. The critiques can get nasty. I don't think any of us like being critiqued, even though it's necessary to do in a polite way, right? But yeah, I didn't want to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to be in a toxically competitive environment. Reason number three was that I was smart enough to be good at STEM. There's this thing in our culture surrounding education that if you are good at science, math, and technology, then automatically, for sure, that's what you should do, right? They make the most money. Oh, you should go to college, get this degree, and you'll automatically have a high salary. And it's automatically assumed when you're good at these subjects, oh, that you're smarter than everyone else. So obviously, you should do this. And even though I've always been a very multi-passionate person, because of that social pressure, I felt like I had to get this STEM degree to prove something to myself and other people. And admittedly, I got a degree in statistics. I got a master's degree in statistics, and I now work as a data scientist. I really enjoy my job. I have a wonderful job in this field that pays really well, has great benefits. I'm not complaining about my job by any means, but I am realizing some of those incorrect ways of thinking that got me to an admittedly good place. Now, reason number four, y'all, I know a lot of people struggle with this, especially when you've had a little bit of training, but I didn't enjoy my process. I just like hated painting often. When I was younger, I took painting classes at a summer camp. Those ended up being a little too childish for my level at the time. So when I was 8 years old, I was able to take some adult classes just because I had a really long attention span. And I took some adult classes in oil painting, and it was really realistic. And I did a great job, and everyone was super impressed that I could do that. But the class didn't really teach me what I was doing. It was just the instructor painted a little bit, and we all copied exactly what he did. So I didn't actually learn how to paint. I just copied someone else. And turns out I really don't like painting super realistically. I don't like photorealism, but that's what I knew how to do. And it took so freaking long that I just hated my process. Now, it is important to know how to paint and draw realistically, but that doesn't mean you have to stay there. That doesn't mean it's your style. So the end result was I only painted every few months. That made my development a lot slower and made me think, oh gosh, if I actually wanted to pursue this as a career, if I became a professional artist, I would be miserable. And to be honest, I was correct. If I became a professional artist and kept doing photorealism all the time and had to produce 40 hours a week of just painting in a realistic style, I would be miserable. I wouldn't stay an artist. So that's why I am really glad that I found something like the Mastery Program by Milan Art Institute. I'm currently enrolled in this program, and the reason I think it's awesome is because the first part is about oil and drawing and getting those technical skills down so that you can paint in a realistic style. And whatever you do after that will be based on, hey, I want to do something more abstract and not, oh, I'm not going to do that because I don't have the ability to paint that, right? Secondly, they also teach you how to find your style, which I'm really looking forward to, is finding my own style and how I really like to paint. And then also they teach you how to build your portfolio as a professional artist. And finally, they teach business tips for running your own international business as an artist. So I'm currently in this program. I'll keep y'all up to date on how it goes. I don't regret not pursuing an art degree because I like where I am right now. I like where the degree I pursued has gotten me, the people I met because of the things I did. At the same time, I use my left brain a lot. And a lot of times I need that escape. I need something to go to and use my right brain, use my intuition, my creative side, because I've been creating ever since I was 2 years old. I know I'm a creative person and I know I was made to create. I know I was made to do this. So, no, I don't regret it, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stay where I am. I'm one of those multi passionate people. So, I explore something here, explore something there, and then usually move on really quickly. You're probably passionate about a lot of things too, and you're thinking, oh gosh, like, what do I actually want to do with my life? I've been at this job a couple of years. Is this really what I want to do with the rest of my life? I'm kind of your guinea pig here. I'm the person that's actually seeing, is being a professional artist actually a viable option, especially when you're trying to start a business on the side while you're working full time. You're really considering becoming a professional artist, but you're like, I don't know if this is really possible for me. Just watch me and see what happens. I'm really exploring this option. Like I said, I like my day job, but I also really miss using my right brain, and I love the idea of owning my own business. So we'll see how this goes. Let me know down in the comments if you want to hear more about the Milan Art Institute. I'll put the link down there. Tell me if you want me to make a video more in depth about this program and my experience so far. If you liked this video, like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you thought, and I'll see you next time.